Okay, well, it is the top of the hour, and welcome to the attendees from across the world. We really appreciate you joining in on this Sunday. As a reminder, you can ask questions in the chat box, and or you can wait until the end of the talk. We will leave room for questions. You can either type them then or raise your hand, and we can give you the mic to chat. It gives me really great pleasure to have Dr. Alexandre Loupy of the Paris Transplant Group to give us a talk about artificial intelligence and clinical decision support systems, especially in organ transplantation. So I'm looking forward to a great session. Dr. Loupy, thank you so much for doing this. It's all yours now.
Thank you very much, Kassem, for the very kind introduction. It's really my pleasure to share with you today. I would say what is a burning topic and about AI and clinical decision support system with, as you will see, a lot of potential, but a lot of possible threats and a lot of difficulties to get there. And I will just start with, I mean, you were mentioning the BANF classification, and obviously this guy, I saw that Kim Soles is connected, but he's Michael Mengel. He's the director of the board of trustees of the BANF classification, outstanding pathologist working in Edmonton. And we are colleagues, and we also are good friends. And he dropped me that one day during the previous ATC meeting, say, so Alex, I mean, you're on your team, you're doing an amazing work, and that's great. So I was like, super, happy. I say, but do you have any plan to make your research useful and ultimately implement it to patient care? And it's not that I was disappointed, but I was like, I mean, he's right. It's very good to do good science. It's even better when science leads to innovation and is actually pushed to patient care. And this is actually the entire purpose of that talk, because we do have unmet needs, and those are not only the reflection of what is happening in kidney transplant and nephrology and renal medicine in general, but we need to better assess the risk of rejection, graft failure, but also the vascular risk, major adverse cardiovascular events, cancer, infection risk, and better understand what is the futility and utility index in a patient in whom we will be deciding to get this transplant or not. So we need to fine-tune all these parameters, and it brings us to the question, is that will our inborn cognition alone will solve the mysteries of health and disease in a new century? The point is that, and we've seen that every day, we are flooded by a mass of information. Databases are getting bigger. We are doing, complex biomarker tests. It moves into next generation sequencing, gene expression in biopsies, possibility of multimodality algorithm to fine-tune our clinical decision-making process. And we must say that we are kind of lost, in that, because our brain it's really difficult to make the synthesis and really understand the context of use of complex information and how you can draw clinically meaningful information from that. So the 21st century needs to process data, make decisions, master the complexity of more complex patients. And AI has a lot of promise, and you've seen many talks about AI, generalities about AI. I wouldn't say platitudes, but those talks are like, you can find thousands of them. But really my point is not see only the promise, but the danger zones. And AI has danger zones because AI is not about volume of data. Everyone claims about volume. It's about the 4V. The volume, velocity, validity, veracity, and variety of data. And a lot of initiative has focused into generated for unstructured and not well annotated electronic medical record-based data sets, and building AI-based algorithm to give recommendation. IBM Watson and healthcare is a good example that I wanted to share with you. Very brilliant, engineers, brilliant data scientists, big company, and unfortunately, they applied the garbage in, garbage out process. You can apply the best, statistical models. If you don't have these 4 Vs, it looks like your algorithm will not have the generalizability and the power to actually give good recommendations. And some clinicians like us, I mean, let's say politely brought some doubts about IBM Watson and what